Hello, Gospel Life Church. Good to see you. Sorry I missed you this past Sunday, but as many of you have heard, I was unable to be there as I did have the results of a COVID test come back, and I'm feeling much better. I did have a couple of interesting days, to say the least, last week, and I think I got all the weird symptoms that are available that come with this disease, but that's all right. I'm doing well. I'm quarantining right now. I'm actually by myself in my in-laws' house, and just taking it day by day, getting things done, helping around their house a little bit actually, and some other things. So I do appreciate your prayers. I do appreciate everybody that has sent me texts and notes and whatnot. It's very, very, very kind of you. And as well, I haven't shaved. I don't think I'm going to shave till I have to come out of quarantine, see if I can grow anything. But anyways, I do want to share a little bit with the devotional. This is the last devotional before the election. And it's always my favorite time of year, I say sarcastically. But I think it's a good reminder for all of us. I'm going to read a significantly large passage of Scripture, 1 Peter chapter 2. And just to remind us that whatever happens in the election, God's not shocked, didn't take him by surprise. We'll find out real quick how much our hope is in whatever candidate is in the White House by our reaction. But it says in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 1, so put away all malice, all deceit and hypocrisy and envy and all slander, like newborn infants, long for the pure spiritual milk, that by it you may grow up into salvation, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is good. As you come to him, a living stone rejected by men, but in the sight of God chosen and precious. You yourselves, like living stones, are being built up as a spiritual house, to be a holy priesthood, to offer spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ. For it stands in Scripture, behold, I lay in Zion a stone, a cornerstone, chosen and precious, and whoever believes in him will not be put to shame. So the honor is for you who believe, but for those who do not believe, the stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone, and a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense. They stumble because they disobey the word, as they were destined to do. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for God's own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Now, here's where we're going to get a little bit talking about as we get ready for next week. Once you were not a people, but now you are God's people. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. Beloved, I urge you as sojourners and exiles to abstain from the passions of the flesh, which wage war against your soul. Keep your conduct among the Gentiles honorable, so that when they speak against you as evildoers, they may see your good deeds and glorify God on the day of visitation. Well, what is that honorable conduct? How are we to conduct ourselves? He says to stay away from passions, right, which are the things that the Gentiles do. And then he goes on a little bit more and tells us how to live honorably. Be subject to the Lord's sake to every human institution, whether it be to the emperor as supreme, or to governors as sent by him to punish those who do evil and to praise those who do good. For this is the will of God, that by doing good, you should put to silence the ignorance of foolish people. Man, there's a lot in that verse right there. How do you get people quiet in the midst of this political mayhem that we're in? You yell louder, right? That's kind of what everybody does. But this verse says, just put them to silence by how you live. Honor everyone, verse 17. Love, let me go to verse 16, excuse me. Live as people who are free, not using your freedom as a cover up for evil, but living as servants of God. Honor everyone, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the emperor. So as we get ready for this election coming up, and however long, how many weeks, how many years, who knows, it takes to count up all the ballots and figure out who's going to be president. To remind us that a couple of things. One, we're sojourners here. We're exiles. We are Americans, but we're first and foremost Christians, and our hope lies in a country that we don't live in. And many times the election reveals how much we have mixed those two countries up. And then also to honor everyone, including the emperor, whatever that might be. If Donald Trump stays in office, We honor him as president. If Joe Biden goes in his office, we honor him as president. If the write-in or Kanye West gets into office, we write him in and we honor him, whatever it is. We honor the king before us. We silence those around us by our good conduct. We don't even have to say a word if we're following the Lord. So often we're trying to say so much. Maybe we just need to be quiet, live godly lives, love people who disagree with us, be gentle and kind, completely opposite what this world is like. Because he says, doing good, you put to silence the ignorance of foolish people. So let's do good. Whatever happens next week, God's in control. The next devotional, whoever has it, I forget who has it, they're probably going to have to remind us of the same truth, whatever it might be. God's in control. He's not shocked. Things are not taken by surprise. Our call is to honor him. Our call is to honor the emperor, to honor the king, to honor those that God has placed above us. Good to see you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.